Good morning. How are you? Hope everyone is having a good morning so far. Yesterday, our card was Proper Burial for Freedom, and I'm curious if you did anything. I had a really interesting manifestation of this divination where I was kind of thinking, oh, I could do this, I could do that. And as the day went on, nothing quite was feeling right. And then I found this vial of water that I've been carrying around for years. It's like a magical water from a magical spring that I've been carrying around for years. And I found this ceremony that I had been going to do with it and never did it. And so I was able to take that particular project and bring it to a close. It was actually really great. And yesterday, Colette asked for the Nehes prayer to be put in the devotion section of the Goddess Temple app. And so that's up today. If you're in the Goddess Temple app, those of you on YouTube, Facebook, you can always come join us in there. The Goddess Temple app has a section under the 3 lines that take you to the main menu. It says devotion. If you click on that and then you click to Isis, now you'll see there's a new prayer for Isis in there, and it's the one that we are going to be saying here. So let's do it. This is a morning prayer for Isis, the awakening prayer. Nehes, Nehes, Nehes. Nehes Emhotep, Nehes Neferu, Nebet Hotepet, Weben Emhotep, Weben Neferu, Nuchert an Ankh, Nefer Pet, Pet Emhotep, Tu Emhotep, Nuchert Satnut Satget, Meritosar, Nuchert Asharenu, Anechrak, Anechrak, Tu Aatu, Tu Aatu, Nebet Aset. Awake, 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 awake in peace, Lady of Peace. Rise thou in peace. Rise thou in beauty, Goddess of Life. Beautiful in heaven, heaven is in peace. Earth is in peace. O Goddess, daughter of Nut, daughter of Geb, beloved of Osiris, mother of Horus, Goddess rich in names, all praise to you. All praise to you. I adore you. I adore you. Lady Isis. Good afternoon from London. Hi, good morning. It's early morning in Hawaii. It's afternoon in London, and right here it's mid-morning. Hi, Priestess Shananda. Good to see you. Hey there. Hi, Johanna. Hi, Suchin and Aisling. So let's get our divination for today. Whatever was released, may it be released. Whatever now we must cultivate, let's receive the wisdom to do so in this dark of the moon time. Spirit of Isis, triumph of the goddess. Beloved initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, and there are times to never give up. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Believe. How interesting. I was just thinking about this yesterday. Out in the world of magic and, what we might say spirituality, magic, goddess, pagan, witchcraft, although they're all different and distinct, they kind of all get lumped under the same thing. There are a lot of people out there who really like the aesthetic of magic, but they don't actually believe in magic. And the aesthetic of magic is cool, I guess, but real magic really happening is Really, really cool. And in order for us to even allow our minds to witness the amount of magic that's happening around us all the time, we actually have to believe that it's possible, that it can happen, that the goddesses are around us, that nature is listening, that the world is communicating with us, and that direction will be given. We need to believe that the impossible is possible, that there could be a breakthrough cure for COVID, that there could be an ethical government somewhere, someday in the world, that patriarchy could fall. We have to believe that what seems to be entrenched and habituated and quote unquote normal is actually changeable. Otherwise, we'll never try for anything. It's helpful on the inner path to let go and detach over and over again. Yet, we need to stay true to our heart and not give up on what we feel we are here to do. Whether we're reaching for enlightenment, for inner peace, for creative breakthrough, or personal healing, the triumph of the goddess is with you now, urging you not to give up, no matter how far away or impossible success may seem to be. Don't quit. Persist until the impossible happens. The power of genuine inner will, not force or domination, but that inner power that fuels us to continue with our inner practices, to do what we need to do in the physical world to bring ourselves light and life, is growing within you now. It is supported by living the right quest for you, seeking to climb the mountain that lies within your own heart, not chosen for you by another, the journey that genuinely lies within you. Female strength with endless determination is fueled by loving devotion. Nothing less than love would be powerful enough to keep us going on our path long after we have tired of criticism or become too fatigued to respond to fear anymore. I'm going to read that one again. Female strength with endless determination is fueled by loving devotion. Nothing less than love would be powerful enough to keep us going on our path long after we have tired of criticism or become even too fatigued to respond to fear anymore. Allow your heart to fuel the fire in your belly and let the divine love that is your being give you the energy and passion that you need to pursue your destiny and to realize that it is also pursuing you. This oracle comes at a time when you need to know that you will succeed. It is a reminder that you can surrender, let go of attachment as to how it will happen or what it will look like, even if it's frustrating to surrender that vision into the divine fires yet again, waiting until you feel it naturally coming together according to divine timing. The spirit of Isis is willing to wait until divine forces collide and the miracle occurs. Remember, beloved initiate, that the forces of growth, love, and divinity are in your corner. There is nothing more powerful than these. Allow them to have their way, and you will have yours. A win is assured. Wow. Yes, exactly. I'm reading Priestess Shananda's comment. She got the Magician card yesterday and posted something similar about believing. Yeah, very important, very important. So detaching from the how is the hardest part in any manifestation. We think we know. We think we know how something's going to happen, but we really usually don't. Usually, we only know what will happen, or we know the feeling of what we hope will happen. We don't know how it will happen. And that's, none of our concern. It's not our job to map out the manifestation entirely. It's our job to hold the glistening vision of the outcome of being whole, healed, released from bondage, free, happy, helpful, devoted, having time to spend in our magic, having time to further have the experiences so that we can cultivate our belief in our magic. That is the outcome, right? But the how is not up to us. That's up to her. That's up to the universe. That's up to the goddess, however you see it, whatever you would say there. God, goddess, spirit, any particular named deities, the ancestors, whoever you go to. That's their job. They figure out the how. Their solution will always be more elegant than our solutions are. Detaching, Kimberly says, or Mary Beth says, detaching from the how is so difficult. It is difficult. All we can do is just put one foot in front of the other. And think about it this way. This is how Lama describes it. She says, the field is wide open. All we have to do is take the next step. So you just think about, okay, well, the next step. Now, in my 4 rituals to change your life group, which I guess this is good for me to check in with my 4 rituals to change your life people, one of the things that I've told people to do is, if you have to plan a course of action, like, you can't sort of like expect the goddess is going to, fill out that job application for you or buy that plane ticket for you. You have to still take steps. But if each step feels like it's increasing your attachment and that makes you feel more anxious, which is very common for many of us, a good mental hack for this is, instead of picturing where you are now, the manifestation over there, and then every single step that you have to take from here to there, and it starts to look like, oh, I'm going to be having to climb this thing, and you feel sort of tired just thinking about it. That's not going to serve you. The better way is to be here now, and then to picture the manifestation, and then to think, what was I doing right before then? What was I doing right before that? And how about right before that? And step back all the way to here. And yes, Shananda, you can join if you look in the groups up at the top of the app, 4 Rituals to Change Your Life. On Facebook, look up the group, 4 Rituals to Change Your Life. If you're on YouTube, you can find us in those other places. And 4 Rituals to Change Your Life, we've done 2 of them already. We put encased our intention in a sacred egg. I have mine. It's living in a cauldron underneath my altar here. We have made a potion that we can drink for when we get stuck. And our next thing that we're going to do, which will be at the fall equinox, is we're going to do a ceremony of releasing the things, the beliefs and obstacles that we carry within ourselves that self-sabotage us. So we're gonna, let's take this advice handed to us, delivered to us in this week of Lamastide, and let's think about how we could, what is the glistening outcome that we're holding, that glittering, sparkling outcome that we're holding? Heal, whole, like I'm thinking about on TikTok, they'd be like, healed, whole, waxed and vaxxed, ready for hot girl summer. That's not exactly what I'm saying, but you get my drift. Like, we're thinking about healed, whole, free, self-determined, able to manifest, able to follow along and detach as we go, even as we're taking one step at a time. Receptive, open to a better outcome than the one that we've planned for ourselves, if that's what's meant to be, and open to the signs that would show us that this is so. And then letting go and letting the goddess help us, letting Isis help us. So let's try that. Let's just try that today. Yeah, Johanna says, I love the next step. It makes me feel so much better. Exactly. All we have to do is know what is the next step. We don't have to be attached to that whole long chain of steps. Each of those steps is just one step. Just focus on the next one. So what will your magic be today that cultivates your belief in yourself as you take the next step? That's all you have to know. That's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. Thank you for coming for this part. And now for me, the next step is chanting to Guan Yin. We've got 350,000 recitations of her mantras out of the million that we're planning. I am so here for this. If I were to think about what it looks like to chant a million mantras, it would feel completely overwhelming to me. But when I just think 108 a day, boom. Now it's 350,000. Over a third of the way through the recitations. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today I'm holding CJ and Joyce. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahum. 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 Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. And taking up our malas, let's chant 108 recitations of Namo Guanxin Pusa, reaching up and out for the one who is always there in our hearts, witnessing our manifestations and helping us to let go of our fear and our attachments along the way. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. 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 The brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume chuksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintuyi daki seso pajor nyandraknyam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kepar kache wangtang lungtanam nyampa sushing chetu gyawa long chije lekpe lamdu drawadang sering neme dedang denjur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtang and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume chuksum chidang jetsunma gyayum pakma drome jintuyi daki sisu pajor nyandraknam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kepar kaje wangtang lungtanam nampa sushing chetu gyawa long chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang sering nime dedang denjur shi. And now taking up our mala again, 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, so that we can really focus on what it means to, instead of attaching ourselves to an outcome, attach instead only to the wind and allow the wind of Dharma to carry us where we're meant to be, holding in our hearts what it's supposed to feel like when we get there so that we'll know when we get there. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable. And may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And I'm wishing you all a day of triumph over fear, triumph over obstacles, and even triumph over needing to know exactly what's going to happen between now and there. Just set the vision, hold the feeling, step your way back, and then take one step at a time. Be back tomorrow. Bye.